Winners, butt kickers, champions in life. What is going on, peeps? Vincent Rose here, H2G Fitness, coming to you from the wheel of my car. Hope everybody's having an incredible day, whatever it is that you are doing. And I am en route to the gym right now as we speak to knock out a quick shoulder workout, probably throw some abs at the end of it, even though I can't see my abs right now, so it's kind of like, why do I train them when I can't see them? However, next year, whenever it's time to do a cut again, I'll be happy that I trained them in the off season, so to speak. But that's kind of the topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about, not about ab training, but about bulking and about off season and about going into a phase where you're not necessarily concerned about being Mr. Shredded, and you're gonna focus on making new gains and building muscle and putting on some extra size onto your body, right? Here's my recommendation to you, and this was spawned because I had an opportunity to talk with one of my clients, former clients that used to work with me, and they had went into a building phase, or at least they posted something that made me think they had went into a building phase. And I messaged him and I said, "Hey, are you bulking right now?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Look, here's a tip to you." And it's the same tip that I'm gonna give you guys now. If you're a male and you're over 15% body fat, you have no business bulking. None. Like the last thing on your mind needs to be bulking. The last thing on your mind needs to be trying to build muscle. The last thing on your mind needs to be making new gains. You already have too many gains. Over 15% body fat is fat, you know what I mean? If you're up in the 20s, 22, 23, 24, 25% body fat, the word bulking never needs to come out of your mouth for any reason, at any time. The only thing you should be concerned with, and of course this is all my opinion, is cutting down and getting to it, I'd say at least 10% body fat, and here's the reason why I say all this. When you go into a building phase, it is inevitable. You are gonna put on fat, right? You're not just gonna build muscle and not put fat on along with it, unless you're a genetic freak, right? There are people that can stay extremely lean whenever they are building muscle, but it's few and far in between. For the most part, let's say at the end of your cut, you're at 6 to 8% body fat. At the end of your cut, you're gonna be at like 12 to 15% body fat. It's just the way that it works, right? So if you are sitting at 23 to 24% body fat, what, you're gonna bulk and end up at 29 to 30% body fat? You're just gonna look fat, right? You're not putting on, there's no point. Focus on stripping your body down to its foundation, seeing what you truly have to work with, seeing how much muscle you truly do have, seeing how much muscle you truly don't have, right? Because it is a very humbling experience during your first cut to find out how small you truly are. I know it was for me, right? I was weighing 207 pounds. I did my first cut, and I was 164 pounds. If you would have told me I would have been in the lower 160s at the end of my cut, I probably wouldn't have done it. My ego couldn't handle admitting to myself that I was so puny, small, and tiny that I only had 160 pounds of muscle on me, and it wasn't even all muscle because that's how much I weighed, that's not counting all the other stuff in my body. I was 160 pounds, sub 10% body fat, and I thought for sure I would have been in the 180s, and I'm chilling in the 160s, and I looked really small, and I wasn't very happy, right? So I went into a building phase, bulked up probably to about 14-15% body fat, cut back down, and I was in the 170s this time, which was kind of cool. And now I'm in a building phase again. But all of that being said, before I learned how to do this properly, I spent the majority of my 20s fat, I spent the majority of my 20s fat, all in the good name of, oh, it's okay, I'm bulking. And I truly believe that crap, right? The reason I'm not shredded is because I'm bulking. I'm in a building phase. And I said that for 10 years of my life. And, I spent 10 years of my life fat because I wanted to admit to myself that I was fat. And then I needed to cut down. And it was an excuse that was held up by the framework of, I'm in a building phase, I'm bulking. No, Vincent, you're just fat. It's time to cut down. So All that being said, just reiterating, if you are above 15% body fat, remove the word bulking from your vocabulary, because you're not bulking, you're just heavy, and you're heavy in the wrong way. And, you know, cut yourself down to 10% or lower, go into a building phase, don't allow yourself to get above 15% body fat, because at that point, you're doing it wrong, and you're not bulking anymore, you're just getting fat. And, yeah, beating the dead horse here. So hopefully that helps, right? It was hard for me to accept all of this stuff when I first started learning it. But now that I'm applying it and living it, it's not that bad of a deal. So hopefully this helps. Vincent Rose, H2G Fitness. The future is bright. Something good is happening. If this video helped you in any way, shape, or form, and you would like to like and or share it, won't hurt my feelings at all. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I'll encourage you to do so. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, ideas, any of these things, comment section down below. You guys take care. Over and out. Be blessed. Bye.